Hey, what's going on, guys? Oink here, and I got you some Assassin's Creed Revelations beta gameplay. This is on the PS3. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure where the beta is at the moment, but yeah, beta on PS3 this is. It's an exclusive beta at the moment for Plus members, so that's how I got it. But I just played a little bit today, and I thought I'd give you my impressions, you know, just a few thoughts on how the game's looking, how it's playing. This is I don't know what the actual name of it is, but it's basically a free-for-all. I think the only other game mode they got in the beta is like a team deathmatch sort of one. But yeah, so this is a like free-for-all one. What you have to do in this is it's quite a small little area. I've pretty much walked around the entire thing now, just in this first minute here. And actually, that's one thing to say quickly is it is quite tactical and quite sneaky, so a lot of it is quite slow-paced. But you do get used to it after a while. Anyway, so the objective here, the guy in the top right of the screen there, that's the dude that I have to go kill. So I've just spotted him up there. And then in the top left where it says what my position is, which currently is 5th, underneath you'll see some little red lights, and each one of those is if someone's got you as their target. So you can see there one person's chasing after me and 2 people were chasing after him, and I managed to kill him, and I get the bonus there, and then it will find me the next person to go and get. So the next one is that woman there. And then obviously, like, if you do like cooler kills, like if you jump off a building and kill someone, or if you kill them like super sneakily as opposed to just like running up to them and killing them, then you get bonuses for that, and that's someone else getting killed there. And so that's how it works basically. So I'll talk a few things about my impressions of this. It's looking really nice graphically. I mean, Assassin's Creed has always looked pretty nice just playing it. Even, you know, from the first game, but it's looking fairly similar in terms of graphics to Brotherhood, for those of you that have played Brotherhood, and the multiplayer game mode is very similar to that of Brotherhood. I'm guessing it's, you know, roughly the same thing. I guess they've just taken the idea, maybe updated a few gameplay elements here and there, but the idea is pretty much the same thing. And in general, I play Assassin's Creed games for the single player. It's got a great storyline, so I'm never that bothered about having a multiplayer in Assassin's Creed. It's something that's good to have, because, you know, that is something that a lot of people like to do. And I'm not saying that in general it's a bad multiplayer mode, but I wouldn't say it's particularly exciting. It's not quite, you know, it's not fast paced like it is in the story mode. You know, you're sneaking around, you have to like stand in groups of people all the time and hide, and, you know, be quite stealthy. And I should have noticed that guy running up to me there. That was a bit of a flop. But yeah, so it's quite slow paced. It's quite tedious sometimes if you can't find the other person that you're looking for. So it's not something that suits me exactly. There wasn't loads of, you know, there's not lots of free running and all that kind of stuff, which all of us who like you know, Assassin's Creed games have come to enjoy from. But having said that, you know, it's playing nicely. You know, in beta there's often a lot of, you know, server issues, lag, all that kind of stuff. It's actually not like that. I mean, you notice when you see other people walking around, but it does feel very fluid. It's not, you know, it's not jumpy. It's not particularly laggy. The maps could do with a little bit more, you know, detail, make it a little more exciting, because they are quite dull at the moment. You'll see that literally just like streets of people. Oh, that woman just got pounded. Yeah, just like streets and a few rooftops. There's really not much to the maps at the moment, but again, I mean, this is only a beta, so I'm not entirely sure when the full game coming up. I've got a feeling it's November, and this guy sneaks up there, unbeknown to the fact that I am tailing him. And some of the animations haven't quite been smoothened out. One time I was above a dude, sort of like that. It was like an area. It was going to be an aerial takedown, and I went for it, and instead of like doing a cool move, I just kind of jumped into him, and he just suddenly died, and it was a bit like, what just happened? And, you know, I still got the kill, but it was just a little bit glitchy. So I'm sure all of that kind of stuff will be sorted out for the final game. Obviously controls, all that kind of stuff, all very similar to the last game, all very, you know, smooth, fluid. The cameras, I've found the camera to be a bit annoying. Sometimes, you know, you got to be constantly switching the camera around, trying to watch out for people sneaking up on you and on the rooftops and stuff. And I found a lot of the time when you're walking around, the camera's like automatically changing to different places, and it gets a little frustrating at points. But other than that, the controls are feeling quite good. One thing I must say though is that when I was playing this, I mean, this game I did okay. I think I came like third or something. You know, nothing special. I just thought I'd show you some gameplay that I had. But what I did notice is, and hopefully they'll change this, when you're in first place, you don't get anyone to kill. So the higher up the rankings you are, the more people are targeting you to assassinate, if that makes sense. So say for example you're in last, like I think there's like 6 players in this lobby. Say you're in last or 5th, for example, you see there's no one targeting me, so I've got the freedom to walk around and just try and find that person that I need to get. Now someone has targeted me, but you can see what I mean. Whereas if you're in, you know, second or first, there's almost at all times maybe 2 people, 3 people coming to get you. And what I did find is when I got into first place, it didn't give you anyone to assassinate. So literally the only way you could get points was by stunning the people that are coming after you and trying to escape the whole time. Like you couldn't get any kills. So literally whenever I get into first place, everyone just ends up overtaking me and getting, you know, 3 or 4 kills by the time that I get given my next contract, and I'm back down in like 3rd place or something, which is really frustrating because like it's not the easiest of games at times. Like even some of the better players that I was playing with on this, like people, I was only like ranked 5 or something, people who are like, you know, 20, 30 rank or whatever, even they were, you know, dying almost as much as they were getting killed, because it's very hard, as you know, trying to protect yourself, because even when you stun someone, when they're trying to get you, they can still, you know, come and kill you. It's a bit weird, but yeah, I'm hoping, if anyone's ever played, this is a bit of a random connection, but if anyone has ever played the Fruit Ninja, like there's like an online game you can play on Fruit Ninja, kind of the same with that. Whenever you're in first place, this is what it does on Fruit Ninja, it doesn't give you any fruit to kill, to let the other person try and catch up, and that's what I was finding with this. It really like penalises you for being in first place, and I can understand the point. You know, if you're in first, it is good to let the other players have a chance to catch up with you, so that, you know, it's more of a close tied game. But it is ridiculously frustrating where you've worked your ass off to get all those kills into first place, and then you don't get given shit for it, and then everyone just overtakes you, you know, with like 30 seconds left, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that ended up happening to me once or twice, which did kind of frustrate me. So I think in general, it's not the kind of game that I'm gonna play online. Of course I'm going to be picking this game up because the story is just fantastic, and the single player is a really, you know, I've had a lot of fun playing the previous Assassin's Creed story modes, but I never really got into the Assassin's Creed multiplayer back in Brotherhood, and I'm not entirely sure that I'll be, you know, going for the multiplayer in this game once it comes out. However, obviously I will give it a go. Hopefully there'll be some newer exciting game modes. I know that they I think it was in Brotherhood they had like races and a few other game types which you could play, and they were good fun. I'm not gonna take that away from it, but it seemed a shame in the beta to put these game types in, just because they were quite slow, quite boring, and
honorable death.
You can see there, so that's what happens. I saw that guy was coming to get you, and I hit circle before he managed to hit the assassinate button, and what that does is stun him. But if you go in a one-on-one situation where they've seen you and you've seen them, then they always get the kill, and you get something called like a heroic death or something, where you get some points for it but you still die. If you stun them before they've noticed you, then it just stuns them and you can run away. But it is a little annoying that you get, you know, you do your best to stop them getting you and you still die for it. But yeah, not bad. Definitely some good points in here. Hopefully a few areas which they can improve, and I'd like to see that in the full game. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing this gameplay. Hope you got a bit of insight into what this game is looking like now. For those of you that are PlayStation Plus members, I don't know about what happens on Xbox, but I can tell you now that if you've got PlayStation Plus, you'll be able to pick the beta up now. It's still going, and that's on the PlayStation Store. So anyone who might be wondering how I got this, that is how. Other than that, I do hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave any questions or anything about this in the comments. I'll be replying to them. Other than that, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.